From newstalkzb.co.nz.
It's Mike Hosking.
Keith Barry is with us. Very good morning to you.
Yeah, how are you? Thanks for having me.
No, it's a great pleasure. Well, I don't know if it's a great pleasure yet. I don't know if you're any good. but I'm assuming you're wonderful. I received the other day, what we're about to do is, what is this called? Is it a trick? Is it a illusion?
Well, it's definitely not a trick, but basically it's... Well, what I do is I'm a student of human behavior. That's really what I do. So as a mentalist, I look at human behavior patterns, and by observing people's thoughts, by implanting thoughts, extracting thoughts, and also as a whole, when I look at, for instance, I obviously knew I was coming here, I can look at various behavior patterns of people in the public eye out here, so on and so forth. I can make assumptions about the future as well. I don't believe I'm psychic. I don't believe in psychics. And there is a logical explanation for everything that I do. Just most people can't get to that logical explanation.
Okay, so what can you say about me? Do you know anything about me yet, or we're still too new?
Well, no. Obviously, you can research somebody like yourself on the internet.
Yes,
so it'd be easy for me to tell you all the stuff off your wiki page and all that. But why don't we do a quick test instead of me trying to read you or anything, and see how good you are lying. And we'll do this by having a little game. How about that?
Okay,
I've got a little die here, dice. I want you to examine it. It is important that people at home realise it's not loaded or anything.
This is being filmed, and eventually will end up on our website. But it looks like a regular dice.
Yeah, and roll. I don't want to touch it. Roll it a couple of times. Make sure different numbers come up, and you can call out what numbers come up.
Right, that's a 3. That's a 6. That's a 2.
So different numbers coming up all the time.
Okay, that's a 5. There we go. Yes.
I'm going to look the other way. I'll close my eyes and look the other way, and then you'll roll the die. And some people might think that I can hear by whatever way the die...
my credibility in this country is second to none.
Perfect. Okay, so my eyes are closed. Give it a little roll there.
No, they turn around as well.
Okay, I'll turn
there we
around.
go. Okay, I've done it. What is it?
And I'm turning around. No. See, I don't know what it is. I'll just be guessing. Put your hand over it. Is your hand over it?
Yes, it is now.
Okay, because I don't know what it is, I'd just be guessing. But you're going to tell me what it is, you just won't know what you're telling me. And the camera will pick up on this, by the way, so keep on his face, because the camera will actually pick up on this. I'm going to ask you, is it a 1? I want you to say no. Is it a 2? Say no. Say no every time. I'm going to try and figure out when you're lying.
What it is, I say no.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to try and figure out when you're lying.
Okay, here we go.
If I get this wrong, I'll forfeit, but we'll start with $50. Okay, and I really will give you $50.
New Zealand dollars.
Yeah, I want you to really take it from me if I get it wrong. Okay, say no every time. Is it a 1?
No.
Oh, you stalled too long. It's definitely a 1. Thanks for that. Okay. Let's go again.
I want to do this again.
Yeah, because that was too easy. That was pretty pathetic. But before we do this, let's up the ante. $500. Now he'll take it seriously all of a sudden.
Okay, all right, here we go. I'm going to roll the dice. Okay, I've got the number. There it is. I've covered it up.
Okay, I'm looking back at you. Okay, now, this time... only answer in your mind. See, the eyes never lie. The eyes never lie.
Okay.
You can keep the camera on me if you want, but if you get his eyes, people at home will actually be able to see this right up close, almost like you're watching it on the telly.
Okay, so I'm not answering.
No, only in your mind. But I do want you to answer no in your mind.
Okay.
Okay. Answer no in your mind. Is it a 1? You always want to say that out loud. Is it a 2? Is it a 3? Is it a 4? Is it a 5? Is it a 6? Is it a 3? Is it a 4? Is it a 3? Is it a 4? Is it a 3? It's a 5.
Bloody hell. I can't.
Is it a 5?
How do you... Is it... Do my...
Your pupil dilation, because your eyes, if you're...
Why are we going 3, 4, 3, 4? You weren't sure?
Well, I wasn't sure because your eyes dilated on 3. So I was going between 3 and 4 just to make sure I was calibrating. And that's how I do what I do. I calibrate people and then try and figure out from that, when their eyes are moving.
And is everybody the same?
No, everybody's different. That's the thing. So, but everybody's eyes give them away.
Why don't the police do this? Presumably they do.
They do. That's where I learned a lot of this stuff. People ask me how I learned what I learned. The police hire people like me. I was hired by Garden Grove Police Department in Los Angeles to help them with all their stuff down there not so long ago.
So you just stare at a murderer, robber, rapist, whatever, and go, did you do it?
No, not like that. Well, yes and no. I actually taught them how to look for concealed weapons, and you would think that the cops would know about that, but they don't actually know for subtle body language cues that they can look for a concealed weapon. In other words, if somebody steps forward with their right foot versus their left foot, where that gun is concealed on their body, all that kind of stuff. So I went down and they hired me as a consultant down there, and we filmed part of that for my Discovery Channel show, which is called Deception with Keith Barry. Yeah. And that's why they hired me. I also restructured their interrogation room because their interrogation room is set up completely wrong. And I actually was surprised that, I knew this stuff and they didn't.
But where did you know this stuff from?
I've learned over the years from various resources. For example, there's a famous experiment that happened in the States called MK Ultra. And if people are interested in this stuff, because I know people are here in New Zealand and all around the world interested in this, they can find this stuff, some of it, not all of it, they can find some information online. So MK Ultra was an experiment whereby the CIA over in the States secretly were brainwashing people using hypnotists to create sleeper agents. In other words, assassins to murder people without their permission, without their knowledge. And then they were to erase that memory completely of the person having done it. And it was all done through hypnosis. And you can actually see on YouTube the American government, when they got busted on this, coming out and apologizing for MK Ultra ever happening. And I actually researched to such an extent that genuinely I get secret CIA brainwashing documents, and I've got a lot of I don't know what you call them, I suppose dealers is the word. I know it sounds wrong, but dealers where I pay a lot of money for these documents so I can learn the techniques that the CIA were using. Then I'll research other mentalists in history, other psychologists, and then even when I've come over here in Plains, I'll buy books on the neurology of the brain and how the brain works. So for example, as a sideline, just for fun, I help people get over fears and phobias and things like that, but I don't believe the way most hypnotherapists do it. They get you to buy a course for thousands and thousands of dollars. I actually do it within an hour, and it's a permanent solution for the problems.
All right, so you mailed me something the other day.
Yeah.
And because we're a dysfunctional program, I didn't know you were coming on. So I opened up this envelope, right? And inside is a plastic bag. It's a lunch bag, a sealable lunch bag with tape over the top of it. And inside is a plastic click-clack box with more tape, and inside is what looks like cards with big paper clips, right?
Yeah, there's two pieces of paper, and there is a playing card actually on a paper clip as well.
See, I just thought this was another nut job. I don't know. I was looking.
I didn't realise that you had so many nut jobs out here in Australia and New Zealand. I was in Australia a couple of days ago, and I sent somebody not a package like this, but not dissimilar. I sent them a package, and the same thing. They said the same thing. They said, "Oh, we thought it was another nut job sending us a package." So
I was looking
apparently
for
there's lots of nut jobs around. Yeah.
All right. So what do you want me to? This is part of it. What do you want me to do here?
Well, let's start by you can rip open the Ziploc bag for starters.
So can I
just rip it open? You can stick your fingers through it and just rip it open.
Like pull that up. It says "Do not open until I meet you."
Well, here we are.
Okay, so fantastic. All right, I've opened that up.
Okay,
now.
so it's a little clear plastic box. So there's tape on it to make sure you haven't tampered with it, and you haven't.
No, I have not.
Okay, take off one of the pieces of tape if you can. Just rip it off.
Yep.
And then open up the box, but don't take out the contents. Okay?
Open up just like that.
There you go. Yeah, and just stick the box there.
There it is.
Good. All right, I'm not going to touch anything. So here's the idea. There's two pieces of paper and a paper clip. Do you believe, Mike, in free will? Do you believe free will exists, or do you believe you're being subliminally influenced all the time?
It's a very good question. I don't know. I would tend, if I had to go, I would have to go, I'm being influenced by something.
Yeah, see, we're all being influenced every day of our lives by what's called hidden persuaders. And these are people who are hired by high-end companies such as Coca-Cola and all those types of companies to persuade us to do certain things. But they do this on a subliminal level. We're all aware of advertising, but we're not aware of how this works. So I've got a dictionary here. Grab this on the way in. I want you to examine the dictionary. Make sure all the words are different. It's a thesaurus, actually, I think.
Yes.
But make sure it is as it appears to be.
Webster's Pocket Thesaurus. It's straight up and down.
Happy with it?
Yep.
Okay, here's the idea. I'm going to flick through this, and anytime you want, I want you to just say stop as I flick through the thesaurus or dictionary.
Stop.
Oh, sorry, I went to the end. Let's go again.
Stop.
Okay, whatever the two words are there, they're your words for the day. Two index words. You can call them out loud, actually. It doesn't even matter if I know.
Payment, perform.
Okay, payment and perform.
Yes.
Okay, are you happy that was your choice?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, and if you went to the next page, what would that have been?
They would have been a persuasive picture.
So if you went one more page, it would have been something else.
Yep.
Okay.
Pivot plastic.
But payment and perform. Last week, I sent you this box. You've had it for the week.
Yes.
I want you to take out one of the pieces of paper for me, please.
That one there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And read out loud exactly what it says, please.
It says, I predict Mike will select the words payment and perform. That's
there is no way I could have known that, right?
I'm looking at the dictionary now.
But let's take this one step further, Mike. Let's take this one step further. I've got it. You can look all the way through the dictionary to your heart's content. They're the only two words in there: payment and perform.
Yes.
But let's take this one step further. I've got a deck of cards here.
Yeah.
I'll show the camera. All of the cards are different, and yourself, Mike. All the cards are different.
Yes, they are.
And I'll give them a little mix up as well. You can see different cards going past all the time. Here's the idea. In a moment, you're going to select a card. Now, as a magician, I come from a magic background, even though I've mixed psychology, mentalism, and hypnosis now. Perhaps I could force you to take a particular card. So don't allow me to do that. It's your job to be the skeptic here.
Sure.
Don't allow me to force a card on you, okay? But with your finger, touch the back of any card. Any card at all.
I'll do that one.
But no, don't take it out just yet, because I'm going to give you an opportunity to change your mind.
Okay.
So you want that one there right now?
Yep.
Do you want to change your mind, or are you happy with that?
I'm happy as.
Are you sure you don't want to change your mind?
100%.
Because you'll wonder forever what would have happened.
There, I'll do that one there.
Oh, he did change his mind. This one here?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and take it.
Right.
All right. Now, if you'd gone for the next one, it would have been the 10 of spades. If you'd gone for the one before, it would have been the 7 of clubs. They're all different is the point, yes?
Yes.
You changed your mind. Okay. The box has been here since last week, Mike.
Right.
I want you to take out
the card.
Playing card that's on the paper clip there.
With the clip?
Yeah.
And pull the card out from
Pull
the clip.
card out. First of all, what's your card so the people at home know?
Jack of spades.
That's the one you chose? And what card have you had?
It's the Jack of spades. That's freaky.
And by the way, here's how this works. I would never have asked you, did you want to change your mind?
Yeah.
Unless I was sure that I needed you to change your mind to go for the Jack of spades.
But in having asked me to change my mind to go for the Jack of spades, how do you know I went for the Jack of spades and not something else?
Because you were biologically compelled to follow my commands.
Rubbish.
You had no well, if it was rubbish, think about this. You selected payment and perform. You also selected the Jack of spades.
I did, yeah.
But there's a third piece of paper in there. So take out the playing card. Take out
is that the one I haven't grabbed? Because I put that back.
I can't remember. So yeah,
okay,
just open them up. What's that one say?
Hiker survives bush ordeal. McDonald.
Oh, hang on. So today's newspaper, have you got it there?
Yes, I do.
Because I haven't even seen it. So I scribbled this down earlier on. So what was the first line that I wrote down?
Hiker survives bush ordeal.
And on the newspaper today, it says hiker survives bush ordeal.
McDonald finger pointing.
What's that?
That'll be somewhere else on the McDonald.
Oh, McDonald.
The finger pointing.
Points at me. Who's McDonald? I don't even know who he is.
He's an accused murderer.
Okay.
All Blacks will win by only 2 points in the second test. Ireland will win the third test. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Not rubbish.
No
it's going
way
to happen.
in
Well,
the
I got
world.
everything else right for
Yes,
today,
you have.
so you guys better be scared.
You got the earthquake in Melbourne.
Yeah, and I was only there just yesterday myself.
That's virtually unheard of. And a large explosion. What's that?
That's next week's news. So next week there's going to be a large explosion here in New Zealand, and it'll be all over the news.
So a large explosion next week, and the Irish will win the third test.
It.
Well, based on the record so far, who would argue with you? But it's been fantastic to meet and chat with you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.